Oh, please don't give me those flashbacks.
I love them.
All right.
I just don't like
I like your
everything.
chucks, bro.
Oh, thank you. You know, Sam gave me these.
Yes, I know.
Oh yeah.
Damn right I
Thank
did.
you.
He enjoyed them.
I am.
We're
Every
recording.
chance I
Yeah,
get.
of course we are.
Wait, what are we, number
49. Almost at 50. Almost at 50.
Shit.
That's when the alcohol comes.
Yo, we should do a drunk episode. Nah, I'm just waiting.
I ain't picking up after that.
Alright.
He's like, where's the ride? He's on the
I'm
floor.
not doing it. I wouldn't do it. Damn, that's a lot of phones on the damn table.
Yeah, I got all the phones.
Damn, this is like the wire.
But you're not even using all of them.
I use them for a lot of things. They're mostly for videos. Most of the iPhones I use for fucking audio.
How's the
recording
phone
mics.
I gave you?
It's
work?
good. It's doing its thing. 64 gigs. Fucking power.
Yeah,
But yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We got the wire set up here.
Yeah, right. The wire.
The TV show?
Yeah.
Got the interest of the
Nigga,
album.
do I look like
Wait, wait.
Omar?
No, you really don't.
No.
Actually, you got if you get that scar,
You lose like,
Yeah.
you know what you need though.
Wow.
You need to do it too. That's what you need.
That was weak.
You're weak. That's what you need. I don't know. You know,
All
the-
right, we are here.
the last couple of times, you know, I felt like, you know, I did a little too much. I said, you know, let me just do it.
Just
Fuck it.
yeah.
Do it.
slide into the DMs.
Slide into the
like
DMs.
Well, we're here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Please don't
Back.
back that whole spiel of we're here, we're in my house.
Well, we are,
God
because that's where we are.
In the middle.
Welcome to another episode of True Story Bro. We are here in my house. I'm here. I'm Roundhouse. Today we'll be talking about San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But before we even get to that, we have everybody here. So to my left,
Oh yeah, you know me.
You're the worst hype man ever.
Riz Sendu, Sir Wednesday, your boy for life. Here with my homies once again. Throwing it all the way to the left. But to this man.
I'm Black Caesar. You know, pleased to meet you.
and MC, introduce yourself.
I'm the ninja that's kicking it with you, Echo Ninja.
That was beautiful, man.
All right, we here. We're gonna battle rap. Let's get blasted. No.
You trying to recover after he's the worst hype man ever? He's like, I gotta redeem myself. This is for the title, like nigga, there's no title.
Yeah.
What's your zodiac sign?
Where's my snare? This
was saying that last
MCing. There's no snare. There's no snare.
There's no snare.
He was saying that last
Word.
episode. He was there.
Oh,
You
my
have
God.
no snare.
Top my headphones up.
So, oh my God.
So this is the San Diego Comic-Con episode where we're going to review a lot of stuff from San Diego Comic-Con. A lot of shit. What?
We're gonna talk, and we're gonna talk about the talk.
Oh, God.
Sounded like you were talking with oatmeal in your mouth. Nigga talking about Quaker Oats.
Oh, God. Diabetes.
Diabetes.
No, which I don't have, by the way. Just to clear that up. I don't have that.
That's so funny. Who the hell was that? My wife died years ago. Who the hell was that I hit? Oh, fucking Family Guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, a lot of big fucking introductions, a lot of big timeline talkabouts.
Yeah,
Thanks to Kevin Feige and the rest of
Marvel,
Marvel.
DC.
Marvel's introduced their Phase 4.
Roosters.
Speaking about Phase 4, we're like with the movies that were introductions.
Yes.
So off the top, first movie of the Phase 4 would be
The Eternals.
okay. Second,
I don't know them in order.
oh, you're gonna
Black Widow, I think.
Okay.
Really?
I think it's
No, Black Widow is coming out first. But
No, I'm
when,
sorry.
But when you're talking about the one that's supposed, Kevin Feige says the one that starts the Phase 4 is the Eternals.
Eternals.
So literally,
We're not
Black
talking
Widow.
about the gods.
So literally, Black Widow is literally in between. in between Phase 3 and Phase 2. Phase 3 and Phase 4.
And then
Even though Black Widow takes place right after
Civil
War, so that's back to Phase 3.
Yeah. It's a prequel, man. It's a prequel. Doesn't matter.
So technically, she's stuck in Phase 3, and then Eternals start in Phase 4.
So she's on West Coast time while other niggas in the fucking East Coast.
Exactly.
Right.
But we also have other movies like we have Doctor Strange 2.
I can't wait.
Doctor
for
Strange
that.
and
Yeah.
the Multiverse
Multiverse
of
Madness.
Madness.
Multiverse
The
of Madness.
first Marvel, the first MCU horror film.
Right.
Yeah, they're making Doctor Strange a horror film. I'm okay with this.
Well,
Well, it makes sense.
number one, the main villain is Nightmare,
Yes.
and number two,
Case in point.
they have Scarlet Witch teaming up with him.
Another magical
So
force.
that's really cool.
That's what she
Yeah,
Because
which is good.
He's gonna probably help her tap more deeply into her chaos magic.
Which is good.
Hopefully resurrect some people too.
Ooh.
That might be
Okay.
good.
Just saying.
I was.
Never know.
Just saying.
No more Nightmare. We got a glimpse of it in Avengers: Age of Ultron when
But she
not
just
a
made
spoiler.
it. But she just made niggas see shit.
No. What I'm saying is like we got a glimpse of it of how we got the whole no more, like she did in the comic, no more mutants.
Right.
We got a glimpse of it in Avengers: Age of Ultron when Quicksilver died. When she felt it and she was just like, boom, and they destroyed all the robots in the area. There was nothing around her.
Bitch could have said no
We
more
got-
taxes. I would have loved that.
For real.
Like, we
No
got
more student loans.
Oh man. She would really be my hero if she did that.
Can we not talk about that?
Oh, yeah, they,
See, why you gotta let people know that? That you could have just let it slide.
I mean, if you-
I was gonna let it go.
Sorry.
Make people
student loans get you down. Of course they did. Student loans.
Exactly.
But yeah, back to the
Like the
homework.
boogeyman.
All it takes is one step.
Wait, which boogeyman?
No, they like the boogeyman.
Oh.
Like straight up boogeyman. They come out of nowhere and take your shit without even giving you a warning.
What? Then they become Buddha? Never mind. Anyway, back to our. Now you going to the
Anyway,
Anyway.
so yeah. Okay, so we got Doctor Strange 2. In between the Eternals and Doctor Strange 2 is the Disney Plus shows.
Okay.
So you got WandaVision,
Mm-hmm.
you got Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's a show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all these are shows.
Yeah.
You got Loki,
Yeah, that's a show.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye,
Okay.
because he's training his daughter,
Actually,
or Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop. Yeah.
Are we sure it's Kate Bishop?
No, it is.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
She's gonna take over.
How the hell she come out of nowhere? That's what I want to know now.
Well, it's the dawn of the new Avengers, baby. I mean, you
That's
know.
true.
Yeah, true.
No heads are gone.
That's true because now, like, ever since
Most of all those.
No. But the thing is, like, officially, the Avengers have disbanded because, I mean, they saved the fucking universe.
Yeah.
You say the world, Craig. The world.
It's time for the young bucks to come in.
trying to think of the top of my head for the rest of them. Oh crap.
And what if?
Oh, what if?
What if?
Yeah, that's right.
What if?
You got the list.
right
Read them
there.
off. Read them off.
Okay.
You already did.
I did. That's all of them.
That's all of them. Yeah, you
You
did.
said them all.
Oh no! Oh wait, yeah, that's all of
Thor,
the
that's
TV
all the
one.
shows.
We've got Blade.
Then, hold on,
That's
I'm
what
getting to
he's
that.
fine.
Then you go back to the movies. You got Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings.
So
So we're getting
a Mandarin.
Yes.
Finally.
God.
Getting a real
Jesus.
Mandarin.
The God.
We're
Thanks to talk.
Yeah, we're getting a real Mandarin.
yeah. After we got Retner in Iron Man 3.
Yep. And then we got
Stop talking about,
This
Jafar.
This is not Jafar. You keep saying that garbage.
Oh, I want to talk about that.
I remember when I used to fucking hike on this dude. He was like, "Yo, it wasn't a real Mandarin." I was like, "Oh, you're mad that they called the Mandarin?" And I had to say it every time I mocked this man. He was like, "Oh, he didn't have 10 rings. He didn't have mystical powers. Oh, the Mandarin didn't have the
no,
powers."
he had 10 rings. He just they were mystical.
Correct.
Yeah.
That works.
Because he was.
He's fucking catching.
Because technically he was
Fucking hiking on him.
in charge of the terrorist group, the Ten Rings, when literally the real Mandarin was in charge of all of it. But he was still in the background.
Damn right. behind the
But
scenes.
they do introduce that. They do give a hint of that in the little
The one
short,
shot.
Yeah, sure,
the one
yeah.
shot short.
Yeah.
That what's the name?
But the Mandarin actually
That
is.
the Mandarin actually does exist.
Oh, Hail the King. Hail to the King.
Hell to the
Yep.
king, yep.
Yep.
So, you know, Ben Kingsley.
Because he was even an agent of the real Mandarin in a way. So
Again,
Like-
take his answer?
then you got okay, so you got Shang-Chi.
Yep.
Then you got
Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder, which is the fourth one. I like the title look of that. It looks like a old school
They did the same thing with the
Like
last.
like Red Sonja or Conan.
Well, they
like
did the
that.
same thing with the
Very-
last title.
Very 80s.
I know the titles they look crazier and cooler.
Yeah.
After
Was
like
it
that.
TT's like I guess he captures the whole 80s 90s title thing.
Yeah,
Well,
it
at
definitely
least
looks 80s.
it's
Looks
very
like
similar.
Because
80s.
he
Yeah.
wants to. He's trying to lean it far away from the two series. Try to give Thor some personality.
Well, Thor does have personality, but it is a point where Thor is actually
In the second
like,
one, he was dry as shit.
yeah.
No, Chris Hemsworth even said that. He's like, I'm kind of tired of playing Thor. As soon as he fucking worked with TT, he's like, yo, if he does it, I'm down. Because
Yeah.
he made it interesting. He made it different.
He was done
Made
with
it
Thor
lively.
after 2. He didn't want to do Thor. Like he was like, please
Nigga,
kill
they
me
made
off
him
after the next
fucking
Avengers
color
movie or
his
something.
eyebrows. What the fuck were they thinking?
They did.
Unfuckable.
For what? And even
And
Kevin Feige says, he's like, fuck is that thinking? I had to fucking color his eyebrows. Why?
You know what's funny though, and even in the comics, he looks more like the movie.
Of course. Because anytime,
Just blonde hair.
anytime the movie is successful with a specific character,
Yeah,
they're
they-
always going to have it emulate
Like the
actor
first
they
two
play.
movies,
They
like the
upgraded.
first two movies, the movies were emulating the comics. The first movie emulated
Of
the
course.
way he looked in the old, like sort of
Sort of the
when he came back when
Mhm.
in the when he died and he came back
Mhm.
and he made Ragnarok on New Mexico and
Yep.
everything.
But
And then they changed it back. And then they changed him in the second movie. It was more. They changed him a little bit, more of like how he was
Like,
before.
Second
he
movie
after
was boring.
Civil War.
It was boring. I
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
it again. I tried to be interested.
Had a
The only
crappy
thing,
villain.
yeah.
And the third one,
And they had a great act. They did that again. This is the second time, and it's not Marvel, even though it's Marvel property.
It's
That
Marvel.
they had a fucking great actor that used him as a villain.
Malekith, you mean?
Yeah, Malekith was fucking
Malekith should have been a way more.
better. Yeah,
Better.
The actor who played him was
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston. He was
Oh.
the Ninth Doctor. He was a motherfucking great villain. Anything he did, he's just an overall great actor. And it's the same thing as he was, and the same thing goes for fucking Age of Apocalypse. Fucking Oscar Isaac was motherfucking Apocalypse, and because of all the prosthetics, and because of all the bullshit
Looked like
voices,
Ivan Ooze.
they didn't know who the fuck this nigga was.
Finders!
You still there. But that I just hope that's not something that I hope they learn from the mistakes going forward in this new phase. So we look for more things
Well,
that's
so
gonna help us.
far they have because what's her name playing as Hela was actually pretty good.
She was on.
Oh, yeah, Kate
Okay,
Blanchett.
Blanchett?
Yeah.
Kate
She
Blanchett was
on
great.
point.
I dug it.
She was on
Yeah.
point. I loved her to the point
was
where
great.
it's like so. It's always like when the gays see like a person that's a queen
Mm-hmm.
and how they carry themselves
Super
and just because she was pretty much
She was bodying motherfuckers.
She was
No point, no care in the world.
but she was also like very
was walking
very
like she,
glamorous,
like,
like
had
but
the-
she had it though. And I saw I forgot where I was, but I saw someone. I think it was New York Comic Con. I was walking by. I didn't go in. I saw a guy dressed up as Hela, but just as fabulous as Hela, had the helmet, had the swords, and just walking in heels. But the guy was like, "Bitch, yes, just bitch, yes, yes, bitch, you own it, own that shit." I know. I just like the way Hela looks like that. That whole how
She
they
was like a hard rock queen. She walked up in there like, fuck everybody. I
but
give
she
no
really
shit.
was.
She was like, who you talking? I don't give a fuck about this. And y'all
It's funny because Loki was like talking about the Avenger villains.
Mhm.
I mean, like from all the Avenger movies. Like Loki wasn't supposed to continue after a certain period in time,
Yeah.
but people loved his character so
Hiddleston
much.
was so great.
They was like, well, you can't just let. That's why they started doing all the fake death things
Yeah.
to fuck with people, which was funny.
Oh yeah.
I just wish Marvel would keep their villains and stop killing them off.
With the exception of a Thanos, because you gotta kill that nigga.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, he got to go.
The comics didn't do it. He turned into fucking, what was it? He was a part of some type of the Infinity Watch. I was like, damn, you made a villain into a superhero all of a sudden.
But there was a safeguard behind that.
Of course.
Adam Warlock.
Of course.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna watch you,
Because
motherfucker.
Adam Warlock would body this motherfucker.
Exactly.
He did it before.
So we're busy playing the warden.
And what were you about to say?
Oh, I was gonna say like it's kind of like half and half in terms of like keeping the villains and then like offing them. You know what I'm saying? Like certain ones are like significant to keep around. Like for example, Baron Zemo. He was he's very.
Baron, you're absolutely right with that. Baron Zemo had like a.
He fucking he did that fucking sleeper hold shit. He's like, I'm gonna show myself. Now nigga, go sleep. Go sleep. Go sleep.
No, but
okay.
you have a good point with Baron Zemo because in what was it?
Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War.
Yeah.
He was working a behind the scenes thing to the point where like he was doing some evil Lex Luthor shit. And I'm talking like good Lex Luthor, not bullshit Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Like he was doing some John Cryer shit.
Wait. You said good Lex Luthor, not bad Lex Luthor?
No. Good as in a good bad guy.
Like a good bad guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Not Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman was
a little bit of Kevin
Just a
Spacey.
tad.
I just wished his fucking end game was better.
I wish
Kevin
Kevin
Spacey
Spacey
was
and
great.
Name was better too.
You stupid. You know what? That's the next movie he stars in. Star Kevin Spacey Endgame. Talk about his career.
Yeah.
I would love to see a buddy. I would love to see like almost like a buddy cop film. Like they're not really cops, but the buddy film with him and R. Kelly.
Oh!
I'd watch it.
It's called fucking chilling at Weinstein's house. And that's the only way these niggas are getting off. Nigga's still at large. He's not Bigfoot. The nigga is at his house. All I gotta say.
Real.
Yeah, all they gotta do is go get sandwiches from Jared.
You fucking.
But
Well, that nigga's getting plenty of sandwiches. That nigga's in jail. It's over for that nigga.
yeah, they're cutting. They're just getting nothing but the tips of the damn sandwich.
Motherfucker
my
took the
God.
subway all right. He took the L super hard.
I'm gonna get on that, but I'm gonna get on that.
But the thing about like Baron Zemo is one of those characters that couldn't be wasted in just one.
No.
He had a broader story, and like certain characters, they probably figured certain characters can't really, they wouldn't really fare with more story, depending on the character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for instance, Killmonger.
He did.
True.
They said
Because
he's gonna be in the next
because
movie.
Killmonger was literally throwing his entire endgame in Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
So really,
There's no more
and then at the end, he kind of did a redemption of himself. So there was no, not like
I
he
wouldn't say
did,
a redemption.
not redemption, but there was more of a respect with the two characters.
Well, he didn't have
With
family. He didn't have family, and he really wanted his family, and they castrated him for something that had nothing to do with
No,
him.
it's true. But the thing is, like now it's like if they try to bring him back, they're like,
How was that?
how could we make him worse than he was?
Sure.
They
And,
can't.
and you have to think of it like this, like you said, because they exiled him for nothing that was his fault.
None of his fault.
The sins of the father, once again, is it the fault of the sins of the father that you take out all the bullshit on the son?
And-
Nope, it wasn't. But the thing is, he grew up in the whole
the
system.
hood.
He grew up in the hood.
South
He
Central.
grew up with all that bullshit, not in the lavish life of Wakanda.
Yeah.
And to go to that, would he still be hardened? Of course. He had the experiences that he had, so of course he's going to be that way. Would he come off of that hate, that anguish? Because at the end of the day, these niggas killed my father.
What's the name too? Because his father was killed by what's the bad guy's name?
Baron Zemo?
No.
Oh, you talking about Wakabe?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
He
they
was
killed-
hardened. He was hardened too because he lost his father to what's her name? Because he killed
Or Claw?
Claw.
Claw.
When he came and did.
Because Claw killed what's her name? His father. So he
Escaping.
was escaping.
But
yeah,
that's
so
also still what's his name? Producer Justice's
not-
fault.
yeah.
It's his dad's fault still.
Right.
So it's like
But-
It was his neglect.
Yeah, exactly. But the coolest part about the ending of Black Panther is that T'Challa gave so much respect to Killmonger by doing what Killmonger wanted to do, but in a more peaceful way.
Yeah.
He
oh,
brought,
you mean open the borders?
He opened the borders
Correct.
of Wakanda, and he went to the same place where he grew up and made like this almost like
Technology
a
center.
technology center.
That's
Yeah.
For the youth there and everything. So he respected him. He kind of like what's the
Because it
word?
wasn't his fault.
He
Well, he cleaned up his father's mess.
well
for
yeah,
one thing.
that too.
I mean,
But the thing
He
is,
made a healthy compromise. He made a healthy compromise.
yes,
That's what it was.
he accepted him because it wasn't his fault
Correct.
for how he grew up.
Correct.
No.
Got it.
So, but I heard that they might pull a twist with Kraven the Hunter.
You think are they gonna have Kraven?
Well,
the Hunter?
Kraven's gonna be the next Spider.
Well,
He's
they've
not
been
gonna be
teasing
Black
that
Panther.
too. They really want to use him.
They might tease him in Black Panther though.
I can see it.
Because here's the twist that they might do. That
What
I've been
is this?
hearing. The twist that I've been hearing is that they might make Kraven a Wakandan citizen,
Like an exile tribe.
like an exiled tribe.
Bam.
It sounds interesting because it kind of gives you an understanding of a whole different type of Kraven, the Hunter.
Mm.
And they used Mustafa Shakur like for the basis of that
Right.
fan art.
Exactly.
they did for
And
him.
it was interesting.
Which
So
I
it,
dig.
it was pretty interesting, but again, it's rumor.
It's rumor.
It's not
It's
something.
not-
It's not something
yeah.
official.
Yeah, because I don't see. For me, that's a stretch. Only because of the reason why he became very like
It was the serum.
it was a serum that he took because
Understand.
it was all about him finding ways of healing.
Mhm.
Like he was in Africa. I'm not disputing that. It's the only reason why.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, he knows
But
that.
for him, he was sampling different things, including like animals, the healing and stuff. So all that stuff, like
It's basically genetics. Yeah,
yeah,
it's fucking
genetics, right?
What's
I'm-
his cousin was in Far From Home.
Who?
Craven's cousin was in Far
Yeah,
From
she
Home.
was.
He.
Well, yeah, he was.
Draven? Or what the
His brother,
Yeah,
Chameleon,
brother,
Dimitri.
yeah,
Dimitri.
Chameleon,
Dimitri.
he was right there.
Yeah, Dimitri.
But I'm not disputing that. But the only thing is just that like his background, like even if you look at the background from the cartoon, it's so still tied to the comic the way he was kind of
originally created.
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that he can't be in Wakanda. I'm not
No,
saying
but
that.
I'm just saying
but it
it's-
was in Africa when he was
When he first
doing
doing
the
all stuff.
research.
It's just an
Exactly.
interesting concept.
No, I'm not disputing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's still you can still have it, but I wouldn't want to tie Wakanda to it too much. I would just still have him in Africa as his original story plays out, but just have it more like, I guess because genetics and stuff like that, Wakanda would be the main
The soul place.
The soul place. Yeah, I
Special
understand
herbs
that.
and
You know,
enhancements.
I get that, and
Right.
enhancements and stuff like that. But I get that, but I don't know. I don't. It's one point it's like tied to Wakanda, and then tied to him because almost like if he ties it to Wakanda, it almost seems like he's not smart enough to do it. But he also had that doctor, that girl that he was in love with.
Mm-hmm.
So
Also Mariah Craft in the cartoon.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
But again,
that's just me.
No, I know. No, but you have a valid point. But also, knowing the MCU, the movieverse, they're gonna put some twist in it.
They have to make it connect.
That to make
Yeah.
everything connect
Sure,
together
I
because
know.
they always. I mean, and I'm not saying that they're gonna go with the Wakanda thing. They could.
But it would make sense because of where the technology is.
Right. They could.
That's
do,
the only
but,
thing that's-
But also, they could. It could be almost like a Claw moment where he stole the technology.
Exactly. Which would make a lot of sense.
They could do that.
Yep.
They could because the thing is with Marvel movies, they keep little breadcrumbs in each movie until
Yeah.
the big movie comes, where the veil is the whole veil is taken off.
Well, yeah,
boom.
we saw that in Spider-Man Far From Home.
Which
Yeah.
was brilliant.
Which was the
Breadcrumbs of
Big
10 years of movies
Right.
in that fucking
Little
thing.
nuggets of motherfucker.
22 movies.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
The dots connected them all.
And,
Like,
and
that
it
was
was all.
crazy.
Go ahead.
Well, I was
Tom.
saying, and speaking of Craven, I don't know if anybody heard about Joe Magliano wanted to like hop on that role.
Yeah, I heard about that. He wanted to do it before he got the Deathstroke.
LC.
Deathstroke role.
LC. I was like,
Yeah.
Before he got the Deathstroke.
Yeah, that
role.
nigga need a job. No bullshit.
no,
Hey.
you know what? He's been.
I'm sure Marvel will.
He's married to Sophie.
Sophia.
Yeah, she's still-
That's a great couple. Yeah, but then that nigga need a job.
He does need a job.
He wants to do stuff, but what was the last thing you saw him do? Magic Mike 2?
No.
Justice League.
Before that.
The
Justice
last,
League.
No, the last thing I saw him.
Wasn't even
Yeah,
Justice
the last
League,
thing I
it was
saw
the
him
end.
do was show up at Justice League. That's it.
That was it.
Yeah,
It was the end. He was fucking Deathstroke.
What a pity.
And it was
At
like,
first, I thought that was fucking Manu Bennett. And I'm like,
No,
oh shit, it's not.
He's a
he
little
was
taller.
actually- He was actually in Sorry, he was actually in a recent comedy movie. I'm trying to think if it was the one with Will Ferrell and no, I forgot which movie it was, but he was.
We'll look it up on the
but,
IMDb.
but the thing.
That was the last movie he was in.
Now,
Needs a job.
of course, other movies that are coming out. You got Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's gonna be
That's
gonna be in Phase 5.
5, yeah, that's
halted.
it.
So
Also, that's not halted.
No, it's on hold because
It's
what's
on
it-
hold because he's still-
James Gunn
yeah.
got to finish Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
yeah,
but the thing is,
Hopefully, it's not I Want to Commit Suicide Squad Part 2
with him in it,
because that's how I felt about the first
but
one.
honestly,
we all
if James Gunn is doing it, and the way he did Guardians of the Galaxy, he took a series that
Unknowns
and
made them fucking
popular.
household names. Yeah, he did.
Now,
Now you can't get rid of
now with Suicide Squad, it's completely different because they're popular characters in there.
Yeah, I guess so.
But he's taking unpopular characters and put like Polka Dot Man, like really,
Yeah.
like really, nigga, like really. But he's
And
gonna make it
Suicide-
work.
He will.
actually,
He's
if
gonna make it work.
you remember Spider-Man, I hate to go back to Spider-Man. They had so many.
You talking about the dot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause
Or was
if
it
you
the
look-
spot?
The spot.
The spot.
The spot or
Yeah.
that-
No, it was the spot.
But if you look at that, how he got created and stuff, they used that machine was used for every fucking thing. I'm sorry.
The
it was.
Neogenic Recombinator.
Yes.
I always fucking lost
Yes.
You and Nate.
No, it was used for almost everything.
it. It really was. That was the MacGuffin
Yeah.
of the fucking show right
Wasn't
there.
Eden.
You know what else was the MacGuffin of that when they created that
Time dilation accelerator. Hey man,
What?
I found
They,
man.
they just had.
two MacGuffins.
Hell yeah.
Two
It was
MacGuffins.
that or that.
Yeah,
It was that or that.
How
They
was
were
this
on
created?
Two MacGuffins.
They were on those devices hard.
Yeah, for real.
Hard.
In almost like for almost three series.
Yeah. And they got rid of hella mad characters with it too.
Then they-
It really did.
Hi, Green Goblin.
Venom, Carnage,
Green Goblin.
Carnage, Green Goblin, Mary Jane,
Spot himself.
Spot, yeah.
Spot.
Yeah, it got rid of
and Robin.
I'm not remembering that
Morbius.
shit.
Morbius. Morbius became the fucking vampire because of the knee.
No,
Remember he was
Yeah,
on
he
the
did.
jet and the fucking shit hit him while he was with the bat. He was like, ah! And then that's when he started
that
fucking
project
Walking around with
is
Spider-Man's
almost
blood
finished,
and shit.
That movie is
Oh,
almost
yeah,
finished
yeah.
in production.
But yeah, that whole thing. Where was I going with that? Oh yes, Spider-Man.
You're talking about the spot.
Yes, him. That's two different movies. Sorry.
I love this
DC
nigga.
and Marvel. I'm sorry, but I
love
was
this
thinking.
nigga.
I was thinking of the guy from.
Because you said polka dot man. You
Yeah,
said
yeah,
spot. They're like, yeah.
I
Connect
only
the
thought
dots.
I only thought about.
See what you did there. Clever.
Oh man.
Okay, too sweet.
But
I thought that was the same character, but it's not.
that's okay. It's not
Happens.
the same character.
Lots of media.
DC.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, one of them is actually useful.
Yeah, exactly. But they also so with Guardians 3 in Phase 5, Kevin Feige actually gave a surprise to everybody at the end of the panel.
Mm-hmm.
They were running out of time after they did the Blade thing, which we'll talk about in a sec. Because he was like, all right, I know I'm running out of time, but I gotta make sure everybody know that they gotta prepare for the Fantastic Four, the first family.
Mhm.
So they're confirmed to
They're
be
confirmed,
to be
yes.
showing up in Phase 5, I think.
Yeah.
But since the Eternals are starting Phase 4, the mutants are gonna be kind of slowly introduced after that.
I think
Since
not,
they're
not
responsible for their
until
creation.
not until I think I'm sorry.
No, I was saying like since they're responsible for their creation.
Yeah.
Right.
I think not until
No, they're not coming until season 5. X-Men's not coming.
No, what I'm
until
saying is
after
like the
season
year.
5.
What the year is probably going to be 2025. From last time I read an article about it, that the mutants weren't really going to be like they're going to be talked about, but
He
they
said
weren't.
2022.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, remember the thing you read was like months
Yeah,
ago.
of course. It was before. It was when the X-Men were actually in Fantastic Four were acquired. Where all the Fox stuff was acquired, and then Feige didn't really have any plans. And then the thing, I don't know if he said it just to get people off his back, but when he said it was like 2025.
Yeah, because he was given probably,
An estimate at that time.
Because they already had Phase 4 movies. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
They already had Phase 4 movies set up.
Yeah.
And what's surprising about the Phase 4 movies, they did not say too much about any of the movies at D23. I'm surprised.
Reason why is because San Diego Comic-Con is Marvel's baby. It's Marvel's time to shine.
Granted, but D23 is Disney.
I know,
Correct.
but see, this is Marvel.
Different subject.
I get it.
And Disney is only the money for Marvel.
Of course.
Well, because,
Disney gives Marvel its due.
So they can
Because
do their own thing.
They're their own studio. Disney is just their production company and money maker.
But they
That's
did-
it.
landlord.
It's their wallet.
They're
It's their
landlord.
landlord. That's
True,
all.
but they did announce things at the previous D23
True, but they're not trying to take away
From San Diego.
Comic-Con.
But
Because remember, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Disney has so many other projects that they're doing. They're
The live action
in
series. I call it that.
D23.
We can talk about it too.
Yeah, no, but I don't know much about what's been going on with that, but you do.
Yeah.
But with D23, I'm sure they were talking about shit ton of Star Wars shit that's going on that's going on in the next few months. There's so many projects, and plus the opening of Galaxy's Edge.
They talked pretty much about, like, honestly, Star Wars stuff was already talked about at Celebration. That was already done.
Right.
They didn't talk about it.
Oh.
Sorry to go off topic. Well, it's not really off topic. It's on topic. They talked about all the Star Wars stuff at Celebration. We already know that shit.
Right, yeah.
Sure.
When it
I
came to
watched most of the
D23, it was all about live action movies. Sorry to do it like that, but that's what they were
Live
doing.
action movies.
That's all they were doing. We got Mulan. We got Mulan. We got Mulan, right? They already had talked about Lion King. They already talked about a couple other live action movies that they're doing. I think Mulan is the next one, and then I forgot what the next one's called.
They basically just talked about the bare necessities.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Jungle Book 2. They actually talked about that.
See what I did there?
I see.
So
So D23, but they
You're
did
polluting,
hint
huh?
at a lot of different, like, some Marvel stuff. It wasn't like. See, I understand what you're saying, like, about San Diego Comic-Con. It is where Marvel kind of.
That's where the
makes-
comic stuff
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
So they're gonna make the announcements there.
Yeah.
God, I wish I was in Hall H.
And that's because
We all do.
with D23, of course they're gonna probably sprinkle some
A little
of it. Just they'll mention a little bit, but the thing is, Marvel's probably already said they already booked their shit months in advance that they're gonna be in Hall H. So they was like, all right, we won't say much. We'll just hint at people to make them go and see it if they got a ticket already. So they'll prepare and be ready and get you all the seats for Hall H.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, even though DC movies wasn't doing anything, DC shows were ripping things apart.
They
Can I be honest with
They
you?
were.
They fucking changed
Can I be honest with you?
TV fucking superheroes.
Can I be honest with y'all?
Be honest.
I'm sorry to.
Be honest.
No, go
Can I be honest
ahead.
with you? And I've seen this like a trend. I've seen a long trend about this a lot. Marvel has pretty much San Diego Comic-Con in the bag, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
We got that, right?
Yeah.
DC has New York Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Oh, yeah.
And I've learned that
Yep,
learned that
this is what-
since going there because the simple fact of DC's always been New York, and Marvel's always been New York as well.
Yeah.
But with DC, their movies or movies or comic books or anything seem to be way more pushed out in New York. Sorry.
No, it's true. It's true.
Way where New York Comic Con.
Think about it, every time you go to a New York Comic Con, one of the first things that you see is a Lego statue of Batman, straight up.
Sure.
And
the outfits from the movie.
Exactly.
As soon as you walk in,
But
before you walk in.
here's the thing about San Diego this year.
What?
But this is the only reason why. The 80th year anniversary of Batman is this year, Long Live the Bat type thing. They had all the suits there and all of the Batmobiles and everything at San Diego this year.
You'll see it in New York.
Of course you'll see it in New York because it's the 80th year that they're celebrating. So they're going to celebrate it. They've been celebrating it all year long, which I'm celebrating right now.
Damn right.
Represent.
That shirt is from the.
This shirt is from 1939.
It was a full Batman symbol when he got it.
Now it's faded.
Shit, and this Wallen survived injustice, but go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Yes! I just survived Batman
If you guys kept doing that, I would have just got like mad. After the fifth thing, I'm like, alright, cool, y'all niggas need to stop. Please!
But to go back on to the Marvel thing, so you were saying Marvel movies?
Oh yeah, Marvel movies. Fantastic Four and X-Men are
And the year you saying is 2022?
2022, 2023.
Is there estimate?
I would say 2023.
But here's what Kevin Feige said in a later interview. Because they asked him, which one are you going to start with first? And he immediately said Fantastic Four. The reason why is because not even just that. They're the first Marvel family. They're like the original science bros. They're like the science family.
Once they fucking establish them, then the net spreads out.
Another thing is they are the human element of the cosmic universe.
They are.
That's very true.
Also, they've been shitted on so bad. These weren't his words, like verbatim, like exact. But I'm just gonna say basically, they were shitted on so bad in the last 3 movies.
It's not the first one. I like the first one.
Yeah,
the first one was Dr. Doom's been shitted on.
The last 3 movies, they've been crapped on so bad that he said they have to redeem themselves with that.
God.
Because if they don't start with them and redeem them, there's no reason to even put them in the MCU anymore.
That's true.
I do like the first one.
The first one
the
was
only
a
one
good
they need to redeem.
intro.
The only one they need to redeem when it comes to actual Fantastic Four is Doctor Doom. We need an actual good Doctor Doom.
Yo,
we have yet to have one.
was so hyped for a Fan Four stick when
Me
they
too.
first
Same.
introduced it. I was like, yo, this commercial is fucking awesome. I was like, I like
Fantastic Four, Fan 4 stick. That's what we call
the
it.
one with Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
The
digging
last
how it was getting. It's almost like this
Ultimate
gritty
Universe?
vibe.
It had a very
It
gritty
had this
look.
very, very gritty vibe to it, like and they were used as like fucking military experiments and shit like that. I was kind of liking how they were doing that, and then when I saw the movie, I'm like, what the fuck is this? But then you realize when the DVD comes out, so much shit was taken out of the movie and made
Studio
it what it
interference.
is, and that's the problem.
Mark Millar signed himself off for that movie. He was supposed to
Like,
do it.
nope.
So many studios nowadays think that we know more. We know more about this than you do.
That's why the new Hellboy was crap.
Yep.
Correct.
Because
It's not the studios, motherfuckers like John Peters.
Here we go.
Nah, fucking you.
No, but like studios like Warner Brothers, they are so bad with it. Because I'm so glad for people like James Wan, Patty Jenkins, and
Peter Solar, is that his name?
the one who did
Shazam.
Shazam.
Right? Yeah,
I'm so glad about those three directors because they said, "Fuck you, Warner Brothers. You are not fucking my movie up."
That's right.
They need to be like Peter from Office Space when Bill Lumbergh asked for his fucking TPS person. Hey, Peter.
Peter, what's happening? Listen,
I need you on Saturday. Just walk past him. Fuck out of here.
Who's the guy that does Green Lantern? Is it Jeff? It's not Jeff Loeb. Is it?
What do you mean?
Who directed it?
No, who writes?
Who's writing it?
No, who wrote Green Lanterns? Like the ones.
Was it David Goyer?
No.
No, you're
They're
talking about
the movies or the
comic
comics?
Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
He's the reason why those movies are
He's
really
the executive producer of those
right.
movies.
He's protected those movies because of the fact, like, at the time he was supposed to be, the whole backstory is the reason why Batman Superman turned out the way it was because Jeff Johns had stepped down from the position.
He did.
Yeah.
And so what happened was that position, went to somebody else, and the movie turned out the way it was. Same thing with
7 minutes hyping up a fucking fight.
But
7
that
minutes.
same person did the same thing to Justice League, and reason why, also too, what happened to Zack Snyder and his
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But the official story is they fired that motherfucker before that happened.
Yeah.
So Jeff Johns is actually the one guy that we have to like really
Thank.
proud, because he is so protective over a lot of these movie properties because Shazam turned out the way it was because of the director, and I'm pretty sure he had an inkling of that. Like, hey, this person, Patty Jenkins, and what was the other person?
Patty Jenkins and Wonder Woman. And James
Wan.
Wan.
James Wan.
Those guys are like kind of like tight knit with Jeff Johns, and if it's not tight with Jeff Johns, like if Jeff Johns gets a look at it and it's not up to par what he thinks that the fans or what something that he would write or even your boy Jim Lee would actually consider.
It's true.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Jeff Johns don't play.
No,
man.
because
I believe it. He wants Hush. He don't want For Tomorrow.
No, because
I watched that too. We can talk about that.
Oh, man.
You watch Hush?
I watched Hush.
Damn it! I didn't watch it yet. I didn't even know it was out yet.
I didn't either.
Shit.
I will not spoil anything.
And we thank you for that.
And I'll just real quick about it. Sorry, guys.
Will I be impressed?
Uh-oh.
Give me a 1 to 10.
I know that look.
10 being the best.
5.
1 being the.
What?
Okay, now I gotta watch this tonight.
So we got Under the Red Hood.
Wait.
That's true. We got Under the Red Hood.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
6.
Maybe it's 6.
Cause Hush is like. Hush is my
I'll tell you this. I understand.
Hush is my What's your favorite Green Lantern one? What's your favorite Green Lantern story that was? I'm sorry, no, not Green Lantern story. What's your favorite comic book story? Was it the Daredevil one?
Oh, Parts of the Whole. That was one of them.
It was Green
Or
Lantern.
was it no Daredevil? I mean,
Yeah, Parts of the Whole.
or was it? It wasn't Sin to the Father?
Nah, Parts of the
Okay,
Whole.
Parts of the Whole.
Mhm.
Okay. His favorite of a story from that. Hush is like my favorite story, man.
I get you.
Really?
Like I'll tell you this. Like,
I know they had to change some things,
and that's where
and that's where it falls.
Son of a bitch.
Only because there's things like there's certain characters that they had in there in the story of Hush that kind of really complemented the whole book itself.
Right.
The graphic novel. They took certain people out, and it kind of was like,
It didn't fit.
Well, I know
It didn't fit
who
too good.
they kind of could
It didn't
put in
fit.
there because.
But they took people out, and they didn't really like it. Didn't there was
No good
there was
substitution.
not the emotional. I'm not gonna spoil it.
I know what the story is, and I know they didn't have him in there. 'Cause
Right.
I
It's
already
a
know they
no,
didn't have
this-
Jason Todd in there.
Yeah.
You know what they should have done in retrospect? Because they didn't know how good Under the Red Hood was going to be. One, they should have had that as a part 2. They should have fucking done Hush first and put Under the Red Hood second.
Right,
That way you have a story by itself and a story that continues.
Because the way Under the Red Hood started, he didn't know who the fuck he was in the beginning.
Right in.
So that would have been great.
But that's why I say like there's emotional turmoil there, but it's not the way
You
in,
felt
in the books. Like there was a lot of emotion like rating off of Batman. I did not feel it in the movie. Like there was some, but I didn't feel it in the movie.
Because your greatest mistake looks you in the face, it's hard to fucking look away.
Right. And I didn't feel it. I just didn't feel it.
I saw.
That's me.
I know this one. It's
Watch
fine. It's
it.
fine. I'm still gonna watch it. Because I watch all of DC's animated stuff because they're all good. Almost.
But the fighting was
For
awesome.
the most part, no.
No, no, no,
I haven't had one that
The
disappointed.
fighting was awesome.
Of
The
course.
fighting was awesome.
Most were good.
Can a nigga get a Daredevil cartoon? I'm just saying.
You know what's weird? Not to go back just on the Batman thing. I'm sorry.
I don't.
I'm a little upset with Batman. I'm a little upset with the DC animated movies.
What, lately?
A little bit.
Why?
And it's not because, and it's a little annoying too. A little, only because we get Dick Grayson, we get Damian. Where the fuck are the other two?
Oh, so
Yeah,
you basically so they be skipping these
no
Robins.
Tim. Yeah.
No Tim Drake.
We had
You know
under
what?
the red hood, but hold up.
Hmm?
Even if we did have Hush, right? Even where it is now, we had under the hood. Where is he? Why couldn't he just still be part of it?
Tim?
Yeah.
Where's Dick?
Yeah, they were
Why couldn't he been part of the story anyway?
I got one thing for you to say that. You know why? With the whole thing with Tim Drake. Well, one thing with Jason Todd not being there, we understand why they didn't put Jason Todd, because then they'd have to put an ending of why Jason Todd wasn't there. With Tim Drake, I saw that riddle for you right there, Batman.
Mm-hmm.
We had the whole fucking Batman animated series.
Yeah.
The new one, we had nothing but Tim Drake. The first one we had in '95, that was all Dick Grayson. We didn't get no fucking Tim Drake. And then the New Adventures was all Tim Drake all the way until Beyond, nigga.
And
They gave us.
And then there was no Jason Todd. It was, and then what's they never even existed at the time? Damon.
Damon,
never
yeah.
even existed.
They
But
gave
now
us
they
that
got-
already.
But now they're doing more Damien.
They're trying to
doing
go
more
forward.
Jason Todd.
Right.
And
Well, they're not doing any Jason Todd. They're only
Well-
doing more Dick Grayson, and Dick Grayson's in the Batman movies. And that's what I'm saying. Like when it came to was it Bad Blood? Bad Blood.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Batwoman was in that one.
Yeah.
At the end, a Batwoman was. So we get a Bat, and that's the other thing too. We get a Batwoman at the
But no
end,
Batgirl.
but we get Batgirl at the end, right? So and she's younger.
Yeah.
And she's younger. She's
Then
not
we
just-
get that bullshit killing joke.
Oh man. Yeah.
Don't remind me about
Why'd
that.
you just look down like?
Because it was
The disappointment is
because
real.
we got Mark Hamill to come back to play the Joker, and it did not live up to what it needed
No,
to be.
that's fine.
No, it wasn't. No, it's not.
No, listen. I was okay when they finally shot her and it went from there. This whole love triangle bullshit, they just added that just for the fucking movie and it didn't make sense.
Filler.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
They
you talking about
could've
the one?
excluded that.
You talking about the one where he's like, "Yo, I smashed Barbara. I'm sorry, dog."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
That
it's
was
now,
Yeah, that was.
now
fucking
here's the thing.
nonsense.
I kind of see why they put that in there. Reason why is
Batman
because
Beyond.
because the comic books did say that Bruce had a love affair with her, which is kind of weird because that bitch is young as fuck,
Exactly.
and he was in his 40s, man.
And even in
He's
the
still
animated,
Bruce Wayne, and
and
he's
even
still
in one of the
Wayne.
Batman movies,
that created.
and in one of the Batman movies, she was in college, and they messed around.
But he was fucking with a college girl. No, it's fine.
No. He's still Bruce Wayne,
Yeah.
and he still slays the pussy. I'm just saying.
But the thing is, you know, and I'm gonna do it with that with the Denzel Washington point. You know that motherfucker is your ward is tapping that, and you doing it behind his back.
You know
You a
you're-
fucked up motherfucker.
You know
He
you were right.
just did Malcolm X thing too. Right?
Yeah, he did the
He
glasses.
did the glasses.
He didn't land on Barbara Gordon. Barbara Gordon landed on him.
Dick Grayson, you've been run amok, bamboozled, hoodwinked.
Hornswoggled.
Oh,
Oh shit! Oh my god!
You gotta adjust the glasses now. You gotta adjust.
Bruce.
Bruce didn't land on her pussy. Her pussy landed on him.
Look at him. My
Wait.
Done.
Holy shit!
Done.
I can't. I
Done.
can't. Oh my god.
That was
But-
poetic.
Oh.
Getting past all that,
Oh my god.
of course we have
I'm done.
Blade, and then, of course, what's his name again?
Mahershala.
Yes.
Mahershala Ali.
He is the new Blade.
Wait.
I'm
He's
sad
two
about
time.
that.
He's a
Two-time.
He's a two-time
Two-time
Academy
actor.
Award winning actor,
And a two-time Marvel person.
and now a two-time Marvel person because he
Technically
played
three.
Cottonmouth.
Technically 3.
Yeah, because it's voice acting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did he voice
No, that
actor?
counts.
The Prowler.
He
Okay,
voiced the
never mind.
Prowler,
All right,
so
cool.
It counts.
Different character, so yeah, I guess I'll let it slide.
But the cool now that's gonna be interesting because now I'm supporting it too myself.
Hell yeah,
I'm behind it
for
1000%.
bro. I was a fan of this man when the 4400 came out, and if you don't know what
Thank
the
you
4400
for
was,
introducing that
that
to me.
shit was like a low key X-Men.
It was.
Shit.
It
And
was.
it was really good. It didn't focus too much on the powers. The powers were part of it, but it was about the people.
Until
It was
they
character-
canceled it.
Until they canceled it.
Wow, lame.
It was almost like, for me, for 4400, it was almost like after No More Mutants. It was kind of like that.
It reminded me of what, not powers. I was gonna say, it reminded me of what Heroes was before Heroes was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it
Boom.
reminded me of the first season of Heroes.
Yeah,
Really?
really.
Season 2 as well. Season 2 was kind of...
About the first season.
Like the first half of season 2, maybe.
Yeah.
Great series. Watch it if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Real good. Great show.
It really was. But I'm glad they chose him. It's so funny how it happened too. He walked in Kevin Feige's office and says, "I want to be Blade." And Kevin Feige was like, "Okay." And Kevin Feige's exact words were, "How can you say no to this man?"
To a 2-time.
It's 2 times.
2 times.
2.
Fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, top. No, but he. I mean, how can you say no to a guy like that? And then everybody's all bugging out because, like, I had one person on my Facebook saying, "Oh, you lost me when you said Wesley Snipes is not Blade." I was like, dude, he too old.
He
Hold on,
old
hold on.
as
I was
fuck
dude,
now, dog.
I was like, hey, hold on. I was like, hey, listen, I know he can move and all still, but he's too old. Make room for change.
That's right.
And then he's he's all saying this shit about, nope, not interested, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, listen, you stick to your way. I was like, let me put this analogy out for you. So if you're good at something when you're 25, you think, and let's just say you're good at, I don't know, doing something that deals with heavy lifting and you doing like parkour or some shit. You think somebody is gonna agree with you doing that at like 70?
I don't think so.
He's like, no, it's totally different. No, it's not different. That is not different.
Blade was literally at Wesley Snipes. Well, it was Pageant 57, but Art of War, and then Fugitive 2. But that was still Blade was in his prime.
Oh yeah,
because it was
Wesley Snipes
because it was along
in
those
his prime.
those
when he
movies
did
that I
Blade.
mentioned.
Yeah,
Those movies that I just mentioned. Pageant 57.
Art of War.
Art of War. Fugitive 2.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Oh, you mean U.S. Marshals?
U.S. Marshals.
U.S. Marshals, sorry.
Yeah.
It
It is the fugitive too.
It basically is.
It is just the fugitive too.
Still has Sam Gerard.
I
It's
didn't
Fugitive
kill
too.
my wife.
I don't care.
Peace, nigga.
Those movies. Oh, and let's not forget.
Demolition Man?
Thank you.
Of course.
True. He was silent.
Man.
Nice.
Those movies are still Wesley Snipes' prime.
But that was
Blade was, and mind you, let's give him props for being the first Marvel film. Blade was the actor.
Yeah, he opened
No,
the
he
door.
That's the first Marvel film.
He
He
was
was
the
the first
first
rated R.
He was the first rated R and the first black superhero on screen.
Correct. In the film.
Which opened the door.
No, they
for
can.
the new-
They
You guys
actually,
remember Punisher with Dolph Lundgren?
no, but they don't consider that a Marvel film.
But still, it
Mar-
was a
even-
Marvel
He's a Marvel
film.
character.
It's a character.
They
It's
consider
not-
that a Marvel. The reason why they don't consider the Punisher is because
It had half the rights.
it wasn't them. They consider Blade an actual Marvel film,
Okay.
the first one.
They
'Cause
still had a Captain America film though.
Captain America in 1989.
They didn't consider
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Still happened.
Because it wasn't, because to them it wasn't under the
Then the
Marvel.
trial of the Incredible Hulk.
Same thing with the motherfucking
Right.
terrible ass Fantastic Four shit.
Oh,
But that's what I mean.
But they did to keep the rights and they kept the fucking rights. We don't want it to count, but it still did.
Yeah.
It's just not like that
Yeah, but
bullshit
Blade came
people in
before
it.
Fantastic
Dorito
Four.
looking thing and shit.
All of Blade
I'm
came.
not talking about Tim's story.
Oh.
And there was
The
a
crack
Doctor
one
Strange.
before.
And there was a Doctor Strange. Dog. They existed. We don't want them to exist,
But
but
they
they do.
They were there.
They were in the multiverse, the negative verse.
Oh, God,
That's
man.
very negative.
No, but Marvel had a lot of cool shit that they showed off.
DC too.
I'm about to get to DC too, especially with CW.
Before you jump, I just got one thing to say about all the fucking haters about the whole fucking decision with Blade. Like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I got one simple retort for all these motherfuckers getting mad. You know what that is? Motherfuckers always want to ice skate him. I knew it. Thank you.
But
said by Wesley himself.
But now CW this year is saying goodbye to a lot of shows.
Definitely Arrow.
That show needed to die.
But even though it needed to after a couple of bad seasons, I'm saying a couple of bad seasons.
How many?
You need to add more than the couple.
Like three bad seasons.
Yeah, so far.
Out of its 8 seasons, 3 bad seasons. Starting with 3, 4, and 5.
5 was good.
Five was okay.
Sorry, 3, 4, and 6.
Yep.
Yeah, no, 5 was
6.
cool.
Wait, what was 6?
6 was after 5.
Yep, I know that.
6 was before he went to jail.
And he had to deal with what you call it, the hacker. What was his name? The computer.
Michael Emerson.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I know his name. His name was Waste of Time. Because that entire fucking season was a waste of time.
But anyway,
Also,
and they're saying, so Arrow had a heartfelt goodbye on stage of Hall. I forgot what hall they were. I don't know if they were on the Hall H, but they were doing a panel. Supernatural had their final one this year too. So Supernatural and Arrow, this is their final year.
I don't even know where it's did you watch the last?
Yes, I've watched all of them.
I caught up but I don't got the fucking.
I'm kind of like,
Oh shit!
You need to catch up by.
No, I caught up.
Okay.
He's just stunned about what the fuck happened.
Like,
yeah.
Like word? We back to, vengeful God. Word. We back to we back to Hellfire.
He Thanos Jack out of existence, like for real.
He said, okay. He was like,
you don't want to do it, I'll do it. I'm like, word.
You just Old Testament his ass, man.
He and then they mentioned it a little bit in the episode too, and I was like, oh shit, he's really doing this. It was like Chuck. It was like he's like okay. I'm like you're really doing this?
He went Old Testament on him. Damn. The wrath of God.
But also too.
So now
they mentioned the darkness, but they never. But he was like, oh yeah, she's around, and I was like,
killed the fuck out of her.
I was like, wait a minute.
He killed the fuck out.
I was like, wait a minute. He's like, because they asked, where's darkness? Where is she? Oh, she's around. I'm like,
that's a lie.
I don't know.
She would have showed up.
See, even though
she would have stopped him from killing Jack.
Even though God said, or Chuck said that, you can't have light without the dark and blah 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 and all this other shit. You gotta realize, in biblical terms, if you want to think of actuality if it comes to God is both. He is both good and evil in anyone's eyes, if you think about it. So he's the creator of evil people and good people.
So you're saying that he absorbed the darkness?
He probably did.
He probably absorbed her to make him whole again.
Sure. Because he locked her up. You can't have one without the other, so why not be both?
Just saying.
Wait, if this was Supernatural, we're fucked.
Pretty much.
But then it's not.
Yeah. But
anyway, I don't want them niggas live.
But anyway, Supernatural had a heartfelt goodbye with everybody on their panel.
I still want him to come back as Jason Todd.
And so will Arrow. And so did Arrow. But CW and DC, I have to give them props for pulling through and finally getting this one crossover that everyone is waiting for.
They gotta fill that bitch up.
This is like the Oscars of all these fucking
DC heroes.
Yeah, this is like the Oscars of the DC superheroes. These 4 episodes, 5
5
episodes.
episodes?
5 episodes.
You know what? I would like that Dean Cain. It didn't read my mind just now.
5 episodes of this crossover, and it's gonna literally have all multiverse versions of all these characters.
Sorry. What if Dean Cain would be
Oh, we'll get to that later. Get to that later.
Sorry, I was excited.
It's okay.
Right.
You could be excited because I'm getting to that part. I mean, they showed a new Black Canary outfit, which actually looks just like
the comic?
Injustice.
the one from Injustice, where she has the nets and the yellow and the black,
The vest.
and she has
Short hair.
and she has a short blonde hair, and it's Cassie,
Kate Cassidy.
Kate Cassidy,
Okay.
which she should have been that fucking character beforehand,
in the
but
first
she wanted to
place.
wear dominatrix leather in the beginning, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Decision.
Not too far off from what the fuck, almost what the fuck she had in like.
she
the
wore
comics.
a one piece with netfish stockings.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
With
boots.
the leather
And
jacket.
a leather. That's it. This one looked like she came straight from Hellraiser.
Yeah, but think about it. If she's walking around with booty chokers on,
Booty choker.
the CW got a problem. They're like, oh, word?
I mean, you could.
Somebody getting fired.
They could have did
Booty
they could have
choker.
did the way she looked in Injustice too.
Well, that's
Well,
now they're doing it.
well, she looks like what she. They could have, but they probably wanted to save it.
Yeah.
Now, what's the name has a new outfit. Stephen Amell has a new uniform,
Of course.
but it's
Is it
less.
actually green?
No, it is. But the thing is,
They've
it
all
does.
been green.
No, it hasn't.
Nigga,
What you talking
there's
about?
been a season, and I'll fucking tell you about it. The outfit was like mad low as far as that, and they fucking added green in post to make
They
this
did.
shit look
They
great.
did.
And the reason why I mentioned that, I watched this current season, and there was an episode where you see it and it's green. The next shot, it's not green. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm not losing my mind.
And then there's been other
They didn't have it
seasons.
right.
There's been other seasons where the outfit was too green, and they had to dim the contrast.
It's too green.
It was like almost neon green. It was too
It was that green.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they
that's
had to dim the contrast on it and the brightness.
So they didn't make a green outfit; they just made an outfit. But
And
then
they added green
There
outfit.
was one season where the outfit was black.
For real.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that when he was with the?
No. I mean the Green Arrow outfit was black, not when he was a part of the League of Assassins,
Okay.
which I
So pissed.
I was so pissed about that. But I, you know what? I'm not even gonna get
Over
into
it.
that because
We're past it.
I'm getting past it. But this one, it's gonna introduce like this crossover is gonna introduce like different arrows. Well, the Arrow show is gonna introduce different arrows because the thing is, Stephen Amell, if anybody saw the ending of Arrow, he was taken by the Monitor.
Yeah.
Because he needed to.
Rally.
Yeah. So he needed to rally the troops. So I'm hoping that most of Arrow is him going through different multiverses, recruiting different characters. Cause like they got Tommy Merlin coming back, they got Adrian Chase coming back, they got fucking.
Wait. Adrian Chase.
He was Prometheus.
Okay.
That was the good season.
That was good.
The one that looked like the Arrow, but he had they call him the knife killer, whatever
Yeah.
they used to call him that. They had some
What was
dumbass
that?
names.
What was that dumb mother? What was M Bison's name in that shit? Because he was
He's
the
talking
same
about-
motherfucker.
You mean I was about to call him Drax? Oh shit! What is he?
Damien Dark.
Yeah.
Dark.
Fucking
Yeah.
shit. He was
Oh,
the
he
same.
got on my nerves.
You mean
He was
dumbass
great.
I mean M Bison because he was the same motherfucker.
He was great in
In
Legends of
Legends
Tomorrow.
of Tomorrow.
As the same
Great.
character. Much better character. But in
Arrow,
Arrow,
didn't make sense. Didn't make sense.
they tried
He
to.
wore a
He
suit.
was just
Every
so,
fucking-
he was a throwaway.
He
It
was a
didn't-
throwaway.
It didn't make sense though.
He was a waste.
Yeah, because no one gave a fuck about him in the comics. They just made him a big deal.
But the thing is like and then they got Adrian Chase. They got Tommy Merlin, and they got Malcolm Merlin coming back. So John Barrowman's coming back.
Okay.
Yes, bitch. Yeah, you sexy motherfucker.
But it's they're like putting out all the stops for
They
Arrow
have to.
because they're
It's the end.
and there's
The
only
world has
10
to know.
episodes.
Wow.
Netflix in it.
Well, that and the fact that
Shit.
CW gave them the 10. The showrunner had to fight for 10 episodes because CW was going to cancel it. He was like, so let us. He's like,
Give me a
finish
10-episode
off.
wrap up.
Let us wrap it up, so we can be at least in the crossover, and then we'll make knowing them. They're gonna because their crossovers always end up being around episode 8 or 9. So, how Arrow's gonna do it? They're ending their season with using episode 9 and 9 as their crossover, of course. And then they're gonna completely have a little tribute and ending for 10.
At least it'll be better than Game of Thrones numbers.
Wow.
We'll see.
We'll find
That's
out.
true.
Just because
It all looks. Remember, it all looks good
it looks
until the
great
end.
now, and their crossovers have been pretty good. The Elseworlds needed work.
The last episode
You
sucked
mean
ass.
the one with
The
the
first.
Nazis?
No,
No.
I like that one.
Really bad.
I like Earth X a little bit.
It was okay.
Because the way they had Superman, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
But the last one that just passed,
Yeah.
first 2 episodes were great.
Yes.
The last episode was like, huh?
I was kind of.
I kind of.
And Legends of Tomorrow will not be in the crossover.
Again?
Really?
It makes no sense.
With this time they didn't show up, it was different.
And this
Well-
is the same thing because they're kind of
On their own thing?
yeah.
I guess so.
They're-
But that makes no sense.
No, it does. I don't, because the thing is,
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Not all of them will be in it.
Okay.
Some of them will
Okay.
because Brandon Roth is going to be playing Kingdom Come Superman and he's playing Adam.
so he
He's
can't
doing
be
double duty.
Yeah, well, damn, this nigga.
I see.
He's like, I'm paying overtime today. My check is going up.
And Tom Willing's gonna be in it.
But it's not confirmed
What
who
he's
he's going to be.
See, and here's the thing too.
And Linda Carter is going to be
Yeah.
in it. It's been rumored that she's going to play her original Wonder Woman.
They already confirmed apparently she's gonna be Linda Carter.
Well,
Or Deanna Prince. She'll be Deanna Prince.
but the DC movie universe is going to be referenced because they're another universe. They're another
Everything's so
parallel
dark
universe.
there. That's probably what they're gonna say.
Hey Ollie, you like it here?
What was it? Adrian Chase's character is Green Arrow of Earth 90, which is where John Wesley Shipp's 90s Flash comes from. Even though in Elseworlds, Earth 90 is destroyed.
Correct.
Weird, but okay.
Yes, we'll play along.
Well, they did the same thing in the comics where they thought a universe was actually destroyed. but it
No.
wasn't.
This was destroyed. That book that he opened up is supposed to wipe the entire fucking universe
Safely.
away.
And that's why he ran through a different universe, and he was like, it was so great seeing him in that fucking
It
suit,
really
bro.
was.
It
And then play
fucking
the
brought
music.
back-
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh my god.
But of course, I did hear somewhere that Burt Ward's gonna be in it, the original Robin.
That nigga is 105 years old.
Yeah, well,
At least.
I mean, he's taking good care of himself though.
Better.
But nobody knows what character he's gonna play.
It's obvious.
No, it's not obvious. You want a fat bat? You want a fat Robin walking around? Stupid.
Only if it's laying some eggs. Terrible.
I mean, but he might be like an older character, or maybe he's an older Dick Grayson from another time where he's
Maybe be Tito.
what?
Fuck is that?
Oh no, I just thought about Mad TV.
But
When they made fun of Tito and he came through crashing through a wall and he was eating a sandwich and shit. I was like, yo, fuck.
now, what was it?
Little fat.
They had the.
Crop top.
It was cool how they introduced how Brandon Roth was gonna be the Superman in Kingdom Come Superman. It was during the Legends of Tomorrow panel, and he was like, oh wait, yeah, there's another surprise during the he's like, because I'm playing double duty during the crossover, and everybody was and the one person on the front was like, where are you gonna be? And he stood up. And he started unbuttoning his shirt, and he just went like this and showed the Kingdom Come Superman symbol. And he's like,
Yeah, this is happening.
Speaking of Kingdom Come,
'Cause
we
he
get a
was-
fucking Kingdom Come animated movie.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm about to get to that in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Your face.
I know. Excitement.
Really?
I'm still waiting for the Blackest Night animated.
Hold on. I'm getting to those. Give me a second. So with Batwoman. Now she couldn't show up to her panel because of reasons.
Travels.
No, she was there, but she had to leave.
Okay.
It was sucked. It sucked because she wanted to be there and all this other stuff. It was gonna be her first Comic-Con as Batwoman, you know. But they showed footage. People were excited. A lot of people were excited about what the show's gonna be. The main villain of the first season, I'm still kind of iffy about it. It's gonna be Hush. My first words were, that makes no sense.
Absolutely not.
Because the first thing I said was, and everyone, hold on, and everyone knows this. If you know the story of Batman Hush, you know why this don't make sense.
Because she was
Thomas Elliott's one goal in life is to torment Bruce Wayne's life so much that he will go insane, and he wanted to take over his life. He wanted his life so bad he killed his own parents so he can emulate how Bruce lost his parents. But no, your mama didn't want to die yet because Thomas Wayne saved your mom. So what happens? You orchestrate some dumb shit. I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. But how does this make sense? I'm Bruce Wayne's cousin.
Well, Bruce left for a reason. We don't know what that reason is.
True. But why?
I got the answer.
Hold on. but then someone in Batman Addicts on Facebook, it's a group.
Yeah.
They were saying, hey, maybe since Thomas Elliott wants to have Bruce's life so much, they might pull an Arkham Knight. It's like, what you mean? In Arkham Knight, he fucking surgically changed his face to look like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he did.
And took over his life.
Did the same thing in the comics.
Yeah. This nigga pulled the fucking John Woo movie.
Yeah, he
took his face off.
He did the
He
same.
literally took
put his
pieces.
face on.
He killed different people, took pieces of their face that matched Bruce, and took his own skin off and started sewing it onto his own face to make him look exactly like Bruce.
He did in the comics.
Yep.
That nigga's insane.
Yes, he is.
Insanely
but
smart.
he's insanely smart too. But the thing is, he even practiced to change his voice to be just like Bruce. His walk, his talk, his mannerisms, to the point where even Alfred almost got fooled. So like if he pulls a thing where like I can only see this happening towards the end of the first season, where he tricks everybody into thinking that Bruce Wayne's returned.
Craig, we did this already.
I know.
You know why we did this already? Because we did this in the Flash.
I know.
We did this in the Flash. Season fucking 1. Why are we going back to this shit again? See, and when you said it, I'm like sitting there like,
No.
He's like,
Well,
this shit sounds
I
really
know
familiar.
the Wells. I know the Wells.
the
thing.
well, we did this shit with the fucking Wells. And not to mention with the Wells, he came back as a fucking well. We did this shit already. It's still here. We're doing this shit again. Stop this shit. Motherfucking DC movies.
You know,
TV shows.
he just pulled a Kevin Hart.
I was gonna say, right?
We did this already. Stop this motherfucking shit. DC movies, bitch.
I mean, we did it already.
No, we
We've
haven't.
seen this shit
did it,
already.
we did it.
We did it already. We did it. You already did it. We did this shit already.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but we did.
I'm sick of this man.
What?
I'm
Any
gonna
other
give-
villain
I'm
they could have had?
But I'm gonna give it a chance.
No. I'm gonna do exactly like I do all the time. Give it 6 episodes, and if it sells me, cool. If it doesn't, I'll wait until the season's over and give it a fucking.
The only time I wanted to really see the one villain I wanted to see is a what's her name?
Phantasm.
No.
Even though that would be awesome.
True.
Lady Shiva.
Not Cassandra. Yes, Lady Shiva would have been a better fucking villain for Batwoman. To me. Is it a reach?
Real rich. You know why?
Because he was a Batman.
Yeah, and plus Batwoman does not have even close to skills to take on her.
No, shoot him off the floor with
But you know what? I would love a fucking Cassandra Cain TV show. I'm just saying.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Can I get a Batgirl, my nigga?
Hold on.
They don't do this to me.
Now talking about DC's animated stuff. They introduced that they have their first rated R movie with Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
On the DC.
Standalone.
Yeah. And they
Who's
all
playing her?
I don't know.
Oh, the girl from Big Bang, Kylie Coco.
Oh, Kayla Cuoco.
Wait, is it animated?
Still weird ass last name.
Is it animated?
Yes,
Means
it
what?
is. Yeah.
Oh, she played Carly before.
And
Yeah,
Italian.
she was on the it's on the streaming service.
Okay.
Yeah, the animated.
You know what? For the Suicide Squad, I don't know if they got Margot Robbie back, but I kind of want.
They do.
Okay.
Because she's the part that makes it canon.
Oh.
Because he's not wiping the first movie away.
I would.
He's just making it seem like certain characters died in missions,
I
certain characters are incarcerated. That's how he's doing it.
Well, that makes sense.
And then
So it's like a soft-
because the Suicide Squad is a changing rotation
It is.
Of course,
of
yeah.
characters.
So does that mean Deadshot is dead?
He didn't mention that
They said he'd be open
because
up
originally
to
what's name was going to be Deadshot, but then they changed it, and he's being Bronze Tiger.
which is perfect.
I don't mind that
Who's
at all.
Bronze Tiger then?
Idris
What's
Elba.
your time?
Yes.
He's not. He was gonna be. That's me. He was gonna be Deadshot. Why did I want to say Deadpool? Fuck.
Because they both sound so nice.
And they're both the same motherfucker. in a way.
Both Wilsons.
Yeah.
No, that's Deathstroke.
You're right.
Deathstroke.
There's a left stroke to Deathstroke.
But okay, they got that. There has been now they did say that they have 5 animated project movies that they're working on.
Yeah.
One of them, they hinted at that it was going to be Kingdom Come.
Oh yeah.
I did see one of the movies.
Please don't.
Titan. Both Titans. Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans.
Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Basically, the Teen Titans TV show, the original one versus the Teen Titans Go.
Yep, that's a movie.
Interesting.
That's
It's gonna be
It's
fun.
a movie.
It's gonna be
Because
fun.
the first movie, the movie was actually pretty dope. I thought it was gonna be shit.
I told
thought it
you.
was gonna be pure shit, and I liked it.
I told you it had.
liked it.
It was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I forgot what episode it was, but
they look so serious. They're like us. It was so. I can't wait for that.
so
one.
did you laugh at the whole death scene?
Yes. Yes. And I was like, they did that.
Like, sorry, nigga.
Dark, man.
But he was like, I'm sorry.
Damn.
You just see the blood running through the tree. Like I was like, they really did this shit. Word. Okay.
No, but Kingdom Come. They mentioned that they're working on an untitled Green Lantern animated movie.
It better be Jeff Johns working on it.
I have a feeling it's either going to be Black. I have a feeling it's going to be Black.
Well, before Black Night, we have to go Sinestro War.
You don't really have to because
Yeah, you do.
No, I mean, if they want, knowing them, they would pull Sinestro War in Blackest Night really quick.
No, but before Black, it's the reason why Sinestro War. Well, Sinestro War was the reason for.
Like I said,
Blackest
knowing
Night.
them, they're probably going to find a way to needle it in
Put
there
it in there.
somewhere.
Also, too, like the way they did Kyle Rayner in Sinestro War.
We need a fucking Kyle Rayner movie. Fuck all this shit with this Hal
I
Jordan.
agree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Also,
But,
too,
I'm sorry.
It's
also
over-
too,
it's
they
overdue.
they're doing.
Actually, the one I hear with the live action movies,
Yeah.
they said that they're making what's named the main Green Lantern, John Stewart.
John Stewart. Yeah, they've been said that. Also, too,
Okay.
they announced season 4 of Young
Young
Justice.
Justice, yes.
Oh, good.
They announced season 4 of Young Justice,
It's not,
and
it's not done yet, neither.
with the Birds of Prey movie,
Is
the
that a movie?
live action
I
one.
thought it was a TV show.
No, it's
Birds
like
of Prey live action movie. It's
No,
Birds
it
of
was
Prey
a
and
TV
the
show.
Correct.
Birds of Prey and the whatever of Harley Quinn.
emancipation.
What I don't know.
Emancipation
No, I'm dead serious.
The Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought we were joking.
At first, I thought you were singing
Wait.
Maxwell for the whatever. I'm like, okay.
Yes, but
Little
anyway,
girl was a slave, baby.
Like the man.
They introduced that Cassandra Cain is one of.
Yeah.
Cassandra Cain is one of the is like a focal point in there.
Is she back, bro?
No.
Oh.
Because no, she's a focal point like of the origin of them meeting her. And and she's played by this like Filipino
I did read about
Korean girl.
I did read about that.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I did read about that. How the girl that they
And
chose.
supposedly
She looked
like,
good.
And supposedly like this takes place after the Suicide Squad movie. So what's name like dumps Joker and is on her own, blah 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 bullshit. So she's kind of like trying to keep this kid from something about the Black Mask.
Oh, she stole something from
Yeah,
him.
and they made the Black Mask gay. I don't understand why.
I don't get it either.
All I gotta say is I have no problem.
I have a problem with it, but I don't understand the logistics of why.
I have no problem with a character being gay, but making a character, making a character. What the fuck is that?
The Black Mask saying that.
You're so stupid. But making a character, not saying that nobody cares about, but making a character who is always like, we didn't know too much about that, like the whole
stuff,
like fucking like Iceman being gay.
Yeah.
That kind of made sense.
Yeah, it did make
He
sense.
was running for something. He's like, "What are you running from, Bobby? I'm your friend, nigga. I like dick. Will you leave me alone?"
Oh my God!
He was like, Bobby, like, I already knew that. I know, nigga. You know everything.
It was like, Bobby, why you running? Because Colossus, I want to ride on the metal dick, and I gotta go.
Oh God!
It's like, do you mind?
now making.
It's like, Bobby, why you running?
Now
Seen Beast?
in Ultimates, making Colossus gay didn't make sense.
Yeah, it did.
Wait a minute.
Yes, it
He
did.
was gay in the Ultimates?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
How
even
did
read
it make sense?
I didn't read the
I
Ultimates.
don't know, but
What? Shut up.
that sex scene with
all of his characters was so fixated on Kitty Pryde. You now want to make him gay? How would that didn't make any sense?
but his fantasy about Wolverine was hot. I'm sorry, that was kind of hot.
Oh God!
Colossus was gay?
Yeah,
and
Ultimate.
You know what's funny? I never read any of the Ultimates.
Don't worry, because in Ultimatum, everyone died anyway.
Correct.
True.
Yeah.
I guess,
Fucking what's the name blasted his face right off because he was like, I killed everyone, blah blah. Because he took Thor's hammer and literally like made and then with using his powers of magnetism and Thor's like fucking like
electromagnetism.
He literally like switched the fucking polar ice caps and then like
magnetic fields on the Earth.
he destroyed the entire planet almost. He
Damn.
flooded almost the entire world.
So instead of being
New York was underwater.
He shifted the
He
magnetic.
killed millions of people.
So instead of being a regular asshole, he was a major league.
he was a big asshole.
He shifted the magnetic plates of the Earth. So
Yeah.
so
Everything just fucking shit.
so when you do that, which is like it's
So like literally,
Earthquakes.
Africa was like a fucking wasteland of cold air. It was nothing but like it was like the Arctic. It was Antarctica.
basically
in Africa.
they made Magneto Day After Tomorrow.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
With it combining both of those powers, yeah. And then after he like realized what he's done, he's like on his knees praying to for some type of like whatever release, and fucking Cyclops is just like, all right, fuck you, bow, and just like his whole head exploded. And then it's like, wait, was this the one where Cyclops got shot in the head?
Got shot in the eyes.
He got shot in the eye, but he died because he was making a speech and a sniper killed him. I was like, God damn, this is a fucked up universe.
The whole universe is completely gone.
That's why that died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least it's not as bad as Marvel Ruins.
You know what's weird about the
You
whole?
ever read that one?
Nope.
No.
Basically, everything that can go wrong went wrong. So basically, when what's the name got hit by the gamma ray bomb,
You got cancer.
worse. He became the Hulk, but he was a Hulk full of tumors.
Yeah, he was.
It was horrible. What's the name was in a in a plane, and when he got bumped into, this machine fell off of him, and like it was keeping his magnetic field at bay.
Oh, Magneto?
And then when it fell off of him, like
Everyone
everyone just died around him.
Makes sense.
Skin ripping off, and like metal was like ripping off of everything. He couldn't control his powers.
Wow.
Marvel ruins. Maybe I'll give it another shot.
Kingpin was like in charge. Not Kingpin. Professor Xavier was in charge of like what was it?
Didn't that nigga go crazy? I would have shot myself.
I think Wolverine was he had his powers, but the thing but the adamantium was he couldn't heal as fast, and he started being a cannibal, eating his own fucking skin.
Whoa. That's twisted.
Dazzler became
A whore! A shiny, brighting whore!
There's
Boom!
Spider-Man died of cancer.
Of course.
Oh.
He killed Mary Jane because radiation poisoning.
Yeah, he was busting.
I remember that.
He was busting radioactive sperm in that bitch. Like, oh, why am I dying? Baby, shut up. Just take this look.
Like a lot of people died. It's basically anything that can go wrong went wrong in the worst way possible.
It was just basically the real shit of
the Fantastic Four.
They died.
Oh, cosmic rays. Yeah, they all melted and blew up in the thing. I was like, God damn.
What the hell?
Oh, what was it? Iron Man. Was it? Yeah, Iron Man was.
Drank himself.
He drank. No. I don't think. No, he was made a martyr by a terrorist.
Makes sense.
He was literally killed on national television.
Damn.
He never got to make the suit. Captain America, I forgot all that shit. But
Froze.
Anyway,
He froze.
He froze.
anyway, go ahead.
He never was found again. But
DC.
yeah, DC, I cannot wait for a lot of their stuff. I don't know all the other animated movies that are coming out.
Well, they
haven't
hinted.
listed all of them.
Superman
Red Sun. That's another one.
Oh,
that's coming out.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I
And they
I had to do it.
and what was it? The showrunners who are doing some of the animated movies, Bruce Timm actually was talking about the revival of Batman Beyond season 5.
It's been a long.
Would it be?
No,
No,
it's okay.
here's my issue.
Listen,
here's my issue with
Bruce Timm would be doing it.
No, I'm not.
All of
I'm
his
not
original
running
people
that.
was-
But season 5 would have to be.
He didn't say anything.
No, but I'm saying
No.
season 5 would have to be Terry, the older Terry, like we saw at the end of Justice League.
Maybe.
It would have to be.
No, because think about it. We have a place to get to that point. We need to
Now
find
you
out
can
what
see how
happened
he got
ever.
there.
That's what the comics was for.
Yeah, but not everybody reads comics.
That's true. That's true.
So spoiled.
I saw the book.
Then they suck.
Now, and also they were hinting at possibly doing the story of Dark Knight Metal.
Oh, too early.
But they said not anywhere soon, not anytime soon.
I would dig that.
I would like it.
Because they were saying, oh, what other stories did you want to do? And one of the guys was like, we would love to do Dark Knight Metal, but we know like there's so many other stories people want us to do, so it would have to be on the back burner.
I mean,
so
Bruce
it's
Wayne
on their
murderer.
mind. Yeah,
Bruce
bro.
Wayne murderer.
Not Bruce Wayne fugitive. Or
No,
just add
no.
that into murder.
The first
You can
two
do both.
fugitives. Not the third. Nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, truly.
Once we solved the mystery, we didn't give a fuck about spoiler.
Do it just like Legends of the Dark Knight. Do it just like the Dark Knight Returns. Bruce Wayne Murderer Part 1, Bruce Wayne Fugitive Part 2.
I would do Identity
Do it like
Crisis.
Identity Crisis.
Or which was it? The end of Identity Crisis where
What do you want to do? Final Crisis.
where Maxwell
got his neck snapped.
yeah, was it the end? Because Blue Beetle died. Elongated Man had died as well.
I thought that was an Infinite Crisis, wasn't it? I think
It was
Infinite.
beginning of
It was an
beginning-
identity crisis.
Was it
Like
Identity Crisis?
Identity
Yeah.
Crisis happened, but then because the Atom disappeared, because he realized his wife was a crazy bitch.
I actually want them to do Crisis on Infinite Earth animated form.
I want to do an Infinity Crisis, animated form.
Infinity Crisis.
Not Infinity Crisis.
We're still on DC. We're not talking about Marvel right now.
No, it's Infinite Crisis.
Yeah.
Infinite Crisis.
It was Infinite Crisis.
It's Infinite Crisis.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah,
because only one person who fucking well, two
because I kind of do want to see, like, we got introduced to Superboy.
Yeah. Oh, you mean breaking reality type thing? Reboot punch.
I want to see a reboot punch.
They ain't gonna do that.
I want to see a reboot
They
punch.
wouldn't do that.
And if they do it, well, I'm gonna yell reboot.
I'm sorry.
punch.
If they do that, we are memeing the shit out of it.
people do reboot punches.
I bet you
every-
Rob will do it. From Comics Explain will do it. He'll probably meme the shit out of it.
Man, let me tell you.
Fucking
Oh,
everybody does a reboot punch.
I love that
Every
dude.
time you play video games, you get mad. That shit fuck up. Reboot. Punch the shit out of your system. Yeah, today the Cowboys don't beat me today. Reset.
But
Actually, it's the Warriors.
oh, another thing about San Diego Comic Con, they talked about Terminator: Dark Fate
Yep.
with the return of the original John Connor, Edward Furlong.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
man.
was just about to say something real quick. So they got that nigga off the ship. He's back. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's off
But
that
I
team
got
1000.
like I'm still.
Get off the shit, man. Get off the shit.
Get back to work, my nigga. Get back to work.
Oh man.
Put the shit away.
The shit's all in your nose, all the liquid metal, it's all in your nose, son.
but-
Get it out.
Yes, it's so many things that they talked about in San Diego Comic Con alone. I can't even remember all of it.
It's all right. We kind of went over
But
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know. I'm gonna kind of like stop it from there because it's so much excitement of the shit that we already mentioned. I can't wait for this fall to happen because we got the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and I can't wait for the movies that are coming out in the next like two. Oh yeah, season 4. Phase 4 is only 2 years of movies.
Apparently.
It's the shortest phase. that they have.
2020,
2020 and 2021, and a bit of 2022. But most of Phase 4 is TV shows from Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So
I am mad.
I ain't mad either.
I can dig it.
But you know what I am mad at? Them basically killing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after season 7.
That's
But
But you know
that's-
what?
This
Shut up. Shut your mouth.
you can't say shit because you never seen
You
the
never
show.
watched it. You
Silent.
angry.
I did.
Bullshit.
I watched the first 2 seasons.
You bullshitting me.
The first 2 seasons.
And then I was like, okay, are we going to connect this shit? No? Okay, fuck it. I'm done.
Wow, but it had great stories.
I
in it,
said
though.
I would do it.
Fuck you, you evil
Exactly.
smurf.
No, but it's their last time in San Diego as well because it's their last season.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna throw this bottle at you.
You stupid
Right at
hater.
Yay!
Right at that magna cum laude forehead of yours.
Hey.
If you watch you gotta watch. Duh. Watch it. Once you watch it, like, I know you be like, yo, you watch it? Like, yeah, I watched it.
Listen.
How'd you think?
Yo,
Pretty good.
get past season.
But it's canceled.
Get
You're like,
past-
shut up.
Get past season 2. Now that it's gonna be canceled. Get past
Bruh,
season 2.
it's really
and
good.
trust me, you are going to like it.
It really
Once you hit
develops,
season
man.
4, dog, you be like, God damn.
Exactly, because season 5 with the LMD. Oh
It's
man.
good.
Woo!
Season 4 with the fucking Ghost Rider.
That was the
Ah.
shit. Robert Reyes
Hey.
killed
Oh
it,
wait,
man.
he's getting his own show too.
Yes,
Yep.
In Disney Plus.
That's right.
Bro, he was
Go Hulu.
amazing.
And that Ghost Rider, not Johnny Blaze. They're doing that one.
Well, the car. With the car. And the shit was amazing, though.
And it's so and
Amazing.
and people
No
say,
bullshit.
oh, it's not really connected. Nothing's connected. Yo, if you watch that one, at first, like in the beginning,
I know he opened the portal.
he opened the portal the same way. So you wonder how he learned that shit though.
Another dimension.
Oh my fucking god. All right.
But anyway, if anybody got anything else about
Did anybody see Lion King?
Hakuna Matata, and no.
Okay, so I mean, I heard some things
Nah.
about Lion King, but it was
You'll be
not good.
Obi-Wan? No,
I heard it was. Well, it was shot for shot, but I heard it wasn't good because it was the fact that people didn't.
Heard or you watched it?
I heard.
Okay. So
I didn't watch it yet. I just heard people like, man.
Talk about it.
No, because I heard people just talk like it's the same shit. Everybody talks about the same shit.
I heard
that the faces that they couldn't like a lot of times they couldn't connect with the characters the way they wanted to in the animated film. The for the animated one it was Shakespeare. This one it was street shit.
What the fuck?
I'm afraid. Not like I see Lion King and I'm like, yeah, Lion King. I'd rather watch this than Cats that's coming out.
Oh,
that looks horrifying. Horrifying. Watching. I'm sorry. If you Judi Dench and Jennifer Hudson looking like cats.
You forgot Taylor Swift.
Her too. I couldn't even recognize that bitch. Like for real.
I wanted to get
that sounds horrifying.
As soon as I saw a trailer of that
Did
shit,
you see the trailer?
first thing I
It is
thought,
horrifying.
It looked like Thundercats.
No.
yeah,
worse.
right.
So, no, it looked like Wile E. Kid and Wile E. Cat.
Kid, all I gotta say is when I watched that shit, I thought Jennifer Hudson and fucking Dreamgirls. I'm like, no,
You know what's weird? Somebody made a post. It was like, so Beyonce's playing Nala, Jennifer Hudson's playing Cat. It's funny how these two are still in competition with each other. I was like, oh shit. So I was like, they're going to up the award for the best animated movie, like musical. I guess it'd be funny because it's gonna be like it's like Effie and Deanna. They're still in competition with each other. It's like that's fucked up, but it's funny though.
It's true. But on that note, we're gonna end this.
We got to go.
Session.
We gotta go to the top.
We're gonna end this session tonight. Oh god damn it. Oh
this
boy.
camera right on.
It's been a blast with you guys tonight.
Jesus Christ.
My goodness. Anyway, join us next time when we talk about other stuff.
Other stuff?
Yes.
Other stuff?
I thought you were doing This America.
Yeah. Well, I guess we are because he is in Lion King. I guess we should watch it.
No.
I'll watch
your
it.
face. He was like.
I'll watch it.
No. But I'm probably gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it too.
But anyway,
And you watch Hush.
I will watch Hush tonight.
You watch Agents of Shield.
Please, if I watch Hush, you better. Well, I'm gonna watch Hush because it's Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Shut the
Watch
fuck up.
Agents of Shield, please.
Come on, bro.
You won't be
Give it a
disappointed.
shot. Have I ever steered
Never.
you wrong? Tell
Not
him,
as
Jake.
much as you
tell him,
have.
Jake. Tell him, Jake. I never.
You have
What?
when you're driving. Anyway, good night.
Didn't you almost kill me in my car?
That wasn't me. That was him.
No,
He drove to a
you
wall.
did. You fell asleep. Remember
Oh, yeah.
the fuck? Yeah, exactly. Shut
I'm
the
the
fuck
ninja
up.
that's kicking it with your Echo Ninja, and on to my right.
Is the benevolent Black Caesar, and over to my right is
Sir Wednesday, and on my right here, this sabotage son of a bitch who almost killed me.
I didn't almost kill him.
shit.
I didn't. You're a liar.
You the lie.
We're here in his house.
Yeah.
This is Roundhouse.
I'm Roundhouse.
And on that note,
We
gotta
out.
say peace.
Dude, this.